Hello and welcome to Psychic A1R Radio and also Moonstruck TV. I'm Rayleen, Kable, your host for today. And let's do some soul talk. It's so lovely to connect with you. And my absence last week, even though we were there, but we weren't there, I'm here now. So I hope you're all doing a wonderful job in being happy and staying healthy and keeping yourself above the, above the energy that's around us. So today I really wanted to have a really beautiful heart to heart with you all and share some beautiful things because, I think it's time that we all really come from our heart and soul. I think that's always the best place to come from. And I also believe that when we do that, we really have a big impact on each other. So today I'm really going to share some amazing stuff with you, and I hope that you stay with me and stay tuned in with me and enjoy the content that I'll share with you. So it's been a busy week my end. I've had to face a fear. Oh yeah, I had to face the fear of my dentist. I don't like dentists, and so I've just recently gone and got some work done, still to get some more done. But hey, I took that first step, and I really want to thank my lovely dentist Scott and his assistant Helen for their amazing work that they did for me. And if I sound a little bit different today, it's only because I'm a little bit sore, but that's okay. My body's amazing, so it will totally heal itself. Anyway, I hope that this week has been a wonderful week for you, whatever you've done, wherever you are in the world. And I think we all can say that, geez, the world is moving at a different pace now. We're doing some amazing things out there. And, I think as we move forward, the more that we stay and come from our hearts. And, I know I talk a lot about soul, but that's purely what my show is all about. And that's why I called it Soul Talk. It's because we are in a space where, coming from the most ultimate part of ourselves, being our soul, is exactly where we need to be. So, when we do that for ourselves and then share that with others, excuse me, I do not know why, but whenever I come on air, I always get a tickly nose. And I don't know if that's just a little bit of fairy dust going up my... No, I'm only joking. No fairy dust my end. So, yes. So this week, I think for myself, I'm going to make it a very soulful week in connection and sending out beautiful energy out to the universe. I know today all around the world, because I've noticed on several media aspects that unfortunately we've had another loss, and being the Queen. Well, I have to share this with everyone because I have, being a medium all my life, per se, I value absolutely every soul that leaves the earth plane. So I think sometimes when we acknowledge that, I see every soul equally. So I think it's really important that every soul gets acknowledged, regardless to what status you are in life. So blessings to the royal family, and I pray, that they have an easy transition with their loss. And I pray for every soul and family that's gone through any a loss. So, so it is a day where we sometimes have to put things into perspective and say, okay, valuing each soul as of equal importance is really, really important. And that's something that's really stood out today for me, is that, also of nursing background, I know the importance of my role when I was a nurse was, especially when there was someone transitioning from this earth plane to the next world. I actually found it very hard to, because God, it's going back a while ago now. But last time we lost, when we lost Lady Di, I think I was also nursing at the time, and at that particular time of her hearing the news of it, I was helping a grieving family. So I guess the reason I've shared that today is because, sometimes we have to put things into perspective and go, every soul is important, and every soul has a different journey, and every soul is basically doing what they're meant to be doing. And, whether it is in the public eye or not, it is as equally important, or their role or their job or their life is as equally important as the next. So I just want to acknowledge all the souls that are no longer here on the earth plane, and in respect, obviously, the Queen. But please remember that everyone is important. Every soul is important, regardless to status. So I just wanted to share that because it was something that my soul felt like it needed to share with the rest of the world. And I love you all, I have to say. And I'm feeling such a beautiful energy today. But today I wanted to do a talk. I didn't really want to do reads, so I will be back on air doing reads in coming shows. But I'm so excited. I have some beautiful people to introduce you to in future shows that will also maybe share their wonderful talents and skills with you as medium psychics, tarot readers and all that, because I've got a great team of people that I also work with outside of air radio. And they're all beautiful souls. And, I think right now we're in a time where it is about authenticity. It is about honesty. It is about truth. It is about being able to really come from that heart space of compassion, regardless to who you are. If you're a medium, if you're a tarot reader, if you're a psychic, if you're an everyday person, it's all about coming from heart and soul. And, I always say to, my students when I run classes is, you have an impact when you come from the right place and the right, most important, the right intention. If you have the right intention, you're going to set up the right vibration and the right energy to support the people around you and also with the work that you're doing. So I'm really excited about bringing new people in and sharing this space with you. And each and every one of them are absolutely beautiful. And, I think at the moment, when we look around, and yes, it's still a little bit cold here. You may notice that I've got my little scarfie on and my long sleeve. Well, we are now in spring in Australia, everybody. So my sense of humour would say spring has sprung, and it certainly has. But we're still waiting for that little bit of a warmer temperature. So then I may not be wearing long sleeves again. And a big shout out to our wonderful producer, Dave. Thank you, Dave. I love the new setup. Absolutely gorgeous. You're doing a beautiful job out there. And so let's talk soul. What will we look at today that's really important to nurturing the soul? Oh, I wanted to share this with you. And it is something that I have posted on my Facebook page. And I wanted to share it because, and I have to look at it, obviously, because when I write it, I'm in the moment. Spirit gives it to me, and I just allow myself to go with it. So one of the things here, and it says, hold yourself in the highest esteem. If you hold another in a higher esteem than yourself, you will never know your own true worth. Now, that was not something that I was very creative with. I have to be honest. I'm always receiving from spirit, source, God, whatever you feel comfortable with. I think it's the whole package, myself. But yeah, I'm always receiving. And if I'm still enough, I'm able to record and put everything down on paper or create something to share with you. So, I take that time sometimes just to do it. This morning I was listening to the birds and acknowledging what was going on outside of my well, which is, the passing of the Queen and so forth, bless her soul. So, yeah, and that in that moment, Spirit just brings it. And I really listened to the words as I was writing those words down. And it's quite interesting when you really take note of when we put, and I guess we're so used to putting our energy and our focus sometimes on the outside world. And what I mean by the outside world is our family, our job, our community, what's going on out in the social media, the media. So we're so used to doing that. And sometimes, we don't realize that actually that takes a lot of time and energy. And so when I was reading that and how we idol others sometimes, it's natural. We idol when we're at school. We have a teacher that's our favorite teacher. When we, we can have many, many different idols in different ways. But I really listened to the words Spirit gave me today. And I thought, wow, that's so true. When we put our energy and focus and watch what other people are doing, sometimes that can really affect what we're not doing. for our own journey. So it's just something to think about. When we think about those things sometimes and really process it and feel it, it actually really does resonate. And it sometimes makes us stop and go, hang on, have I been putting too much energy out there and not enough energy within myself? And it's not to say being ignorant to the world or ignorant to those around you. It's not like that at all. It's actually the opposite. It is about being able to give more of who you are in your true essence to those you love. Because when you are actually more soul focused and more connected, you actually are able to give a greater part of you to those you love on so many different levels. And that may be, just hope, just more energy. It just happens on so many levels. And that's why I wanted to share that, because reading that today and really taking in the words, it really helped me to understand that, yeah, I love doing what I'm doing. And I'm so grateful to all the people that listen to my show, follow me, or, come to my Facebook, whatever. I love the fact that you do, and I'm forever grateful. And that's purely because I love sharing the energy. And I know that when you're there with me, we are connecting and we are resonating on the same level energetically. And, for some of you, it may be a new phase. You might be going, what's this woman about? What's Rayleen about? What's this soul talk about? Well, purely it is just soul talk. It's not my ego. It's just my soul. And look, I'm a real handsy today, so excuse me, everybody. I'm a little bit excited. I've got some beautiful things happening, and I've got some beautiful people that I will be bringing on the show with me in future segments, and I'm just excited, and I guess very grateful to be able to be in this space with you and to be connecting all over the world. I think that's just amazing. I'm in Australia, sitting in my beautiful healing room, and I'm going, wow, I could be reaching all these beautiful souls, and then we all kind of like connect. And you may be 1,000,000,000 miles away, but you're here with me in this moment, and that is precious. So yeah, let's start thinking about how, not thinking. I'll take that back. Let's start feeling how you are moving in your world. Are you moving in your world the way you want to? Or are you moving in your world with a little bit of disharmony? And if you are moving in your world with a little bit of disharmony, maybe it's time to bring that balance back in. You might say, how do I do that, Raylene? Well, it may be that you need to step back a little bit, slow down a little bit, listen to your inner voice a little bit more, listen to music, go for a walk, not stress about things that you've stressed about for the last 20 years. Maybe that's the way moving forward for you. And maybe that's the way to bring the balance. And sometimes when we actually take the time to acknowledge what's missing and what might need to come back in, we can create everything. I love being creative, I have to admit. And, I'm so spontaneous these days. I so let my soul just guide me. I might think I'm going to do something, but then all of a sudden my soul goes, no, you're going to go and paint now. Okay, let's do that. So be in the moment. I think the moment, like this moment right now, is what's really important. Although I'm a clairvoyant, psychic, mystic, and all those things, and I can, jump into the future and jump into the past and jump wherever I want to jump. That's just me being silly. But I can with my abilities. That doesn't mean that I have to be in the past nor the future. Maybe I just need sometimes to be in the now. And maybe that's what I'm going to share with you. Maybe right now is a beautiful moment for you to create your day. Not what you plan to do, but right now. Be a little bit spontaneous. Spontaneity, oh, that's a big word for me today, is beautiful. And it allows you to really be where you need to be. And I do say that a lot, I know in my shows, but, the truth is the now is the most perfect creative moment, because in the now you're actually fully aware. So when you stop and go, I'm here right now, I'm aware because you are. You're not in the past. You're not in the future. You're where you need to be, and it's the most one of the most powerful places to be. To be honest. Mm. So, yes, beautiful butterflies. I love this little background I've got with all these little they look like orbs. Or some people in the paranormal field they'll call them orbs, but I would just like to say they're just beautiful specks of energy. So, how is your energy going, everybody? If it's not going good, it's time to kind of like get it up, get that energy flowing again. Do some exercise, do some breathing techniques, do some mantras. I love the Om mantra, the Om. Om. I love the Om because the Om is the universal sound. And it also brings in the most beautiful vibration from within as on the outside. So, yeah, do whatever you need to do to bring that energy up. And so let's work on that. Let's be a little bit more conscious of it. You might say, "Oh, I'm so tired. I worked a 12-hour or 14-hour shift." Well, the body is tired, most probably, more than likely. But if the spirit's not tired, the body's got no room to be tired because the spirit will let the body go. And I was looking earlier prior to coming on to air, and I had a duck, a real duck, and a big duck in the peripheral of my vision. And where I sit from, I've got a water tank. So I could see this beautiful duck just sitting there, and it was like wagging its tail. And I thought, oh, how cute. So yeah, at the moment in Australia, we've got all the trees and all the flowers blooming, and one day I'll see if we can take you outside, everybody, and enjoy a bit of the outdoors with me when we're doing a show. It's very quiet, so it's good. It's good a location to do it. But I'd love it. I think I will take you down to a very special place, and maybe in that time we might be able to also do a bit of a not a meditation, but a little bit of a cleansing technique by the water. I so love you all, and I'm so, so blessed to have such a beautiful audience. And again, you know, I'm very spontaneous, as you can see. 1 minute I can be talking about one thing, next minute I can be talking about the next. But I do hope that my content is of true assistance to you, because, there may be something I share here on the show that, really, really helps you. And there may be something that you go, oh, I'm not sure about that. So as I always say, use discernment. Discernment is a very big thing. If you can discern what works for you and what doesn't work for you, you're always going to do what's right for your soul. As I have always said throughout my whole career, I am a guide, and I'm grateful that I am a guide. I'm a human guide, not a spirit guide, but I am a human guide. And, when you can play that role, to be a facilitator for spirits, it's actually quite an honourable role. So so that's my little job. And when I am blessed to bring through messages or bring through, just information that can be of true assistance to your soul, that lights me up. I'm just like a little beacon, and when that energy's flowing, my hope is that it helps you to stay in your flow. That's my job here right now, is to help you, not even help you, just to be here for you on a level where you can tap back in to what your soul wants you to know. Not me, not anybody else, but your own soul. And, as I've always said, there's you can always rely on your soul. Your soul will never lie to you. Your soul will never hurt you. Your soul has its purpose of allowing you to experience the most beautiful aspects of life and living. So when you're having a bad day, just remember that, because your soul will always be the one thing that will always be reliable. So instead of talking outside, talk to your soul a little bit more, and get to know what your soul really wants. And, because when we do, we just find aspects of ourselves that we just never knew existed. And I love my soul. I have to be honest. I absolutely love my soul. I don't know if I like the personality, I'm joking, but I love my soul, because that is my essence. And I'm just so excited. I just love being here, and I love sharing the energy. And I share, but I also receive from you, and I really really adore that. And life's wonderful. So remember, to start your day, let's make some beautiful, clear intentions. And I'll share one of my personal favorites is that I share with myself every morning, and so I create my beautiful energy in the guess the best way I can. So how I do that is I tell myself, remind myself that I have inner peace, balance, and harmony. And in saying that and feeling those words, I create that. So I'm sharing that with you today because I think that will help you when you are feeling a little unsettled, a little out of balance, a little bit rocked, maybe by saying, I have inner peace, balance, and harmony. And say it a few times. And as you say it a few times, feel those words. Because when you feel it, you incorporate it into your being. It's something that becomes. And just for a moment, I'd love you all to try it. I have inner peace, balance, and harmony. I always say, and I am grateful, but that is me. But even if you, like I say, you might have had a hard week, you might have just gone through a bit of stress or trauma, or heard of something that was stressful or traumatic, just remember that I have inner peace, balance, and harmony. And it feels amazing. And it does feel amazing when you start. So start your intentions for the day with a beautiful way of, bringing that balance in, so you can maintain that balance, so you can, and once you do that, it becomes something that is for you. If you've never done it before, it may feel a bit foreign. It may feel a bit uncomfortable. It may feel a little bit hard to grab into. But, it's like anything. When we do something over and over and over, we master it. Once we master it, we become it. So remember, and I have said this several times, but clear intention. And the morning is always the dawn, then the start of the day. So start your day in the most positive way by creating the vibration that you wish to work from. And it doesn't mean by being, peaceful and balanced and harmony that you're not going to be motivated. 100% you're going to be more motivated than you've ever been. So I've really, I love it. I'm looking at the time here. It's like going very fast. So I hope to get everything in before we finish up today. But I do want to let you know that we will have some amazing other psychics like myself on the show moving forward, and sharing some of their beautiful abilities and some of their special messages that may be of helpful and use to you in the moving forward. So I love this. Oops, I just dropped my crystal. Excuse me. Oh, I'm back. Back. Sorry. I, you may wonder, I've got some crystals. I always have my two crystals. I normally have one crystal in my hand, but lately Spirit has said you need two. So it's like having that dual energy. And that you might wonder, why do I have crystals in my hands? Well, one, I love the crystal family. And two, I don't know. Yeah, I love the crystal family. That's the main thing. But does it enhance my ability as a medium clairvoyant? Maybe, maybe not. I don't really, the crystals have always been a supportive aspect in my work and in my own spiritual journey. So if you've got something like that at home, if you have a crystal, I have to show you Crystal Bella. Or maybe I'll show you next week. Or a crystal ball like I have. I'm going to show you now. Bear with me because it's not where I'm. Sorry, Dave, our lovely producer who lines me up beautiful. But but before we finish the show, I have to show you my darling Christabella. So when I was saying to you about if you have anything that you like, your crystals, well, this is my darling crystal ball. She's more famous than I am, and I don't like using the word famous, but she actually has been on TV and been in newspapers, and she's done a lot of stories, and actually, in all honesty, she's actually she's given a lot of stories. So you might say, what is that crystal ball about? Well, as a medium, I don't need a crystal ball, but as a clairvoyant, sometimes having a crystal ball for me, it's been beautiful. I'm a visionary. Oh, thank you, Dave. That's very clever. I love that. So, yeah, I'm a visionary. And when you're a visionary, having a crystal ball like my darling Christabella is amazing because it just amplifies your visions, amplifies the clarity, and gives such a beautiful, she's just gorgeous, truly. And I couldn't be any more grateful. But I will pop it down because she's getting very heavy. She's put on some weight. I'm going to joke you. For those of you listening, you might think, oh my God, that is my dry sense of humor. Oh my God, we're already running out of time. What a wonderful show we've had today. And thank you very much for listening and sharing. But please remember what I said about clear intentions. You have inner peace, balance. You have, and that's what you say. I have inner peace, balance, and harmony. I have had a lovely time today. I thank you so much for all your time, energy, and love. And as always, I just dropped another crystal, maybe I'm only meant to have one. As always, I would say to you, please have a beautiful, divine, peaceful, loving week, no matter where you are, whatever you're doing. And I will always end my show with a very beautiful thank you and much love, blessings, and always namaste. Thank you once again, and I'll see you all next week, same time, same place, and same station. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful week.